which is fine, but he also agrees that most judges, they just want to lock people up. That is not solely for the purpose of regulating like people in the system. So,
yeah, no, because they get this the same reason why they didn't want to drop the money issue, because they just need
money.
They need bodies.
And pretty much what he stated was that like out of 10 judges, only 1 to 2 is like who he would trust going into trial with.
You mean he's tight with only 1 or 2 judges?
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, and that's from him knowing them and going to, like into trials with them. And then he was stating like, if we bring it to trial, I mean, if we get it dismissed and they want to bring it to district court, they're gonna lose automatically, because whenever he puts in a motion, he wins all of them and gets it dismissed.
Yeah, but
he's like, but don't take my word for it. I'm like, I'm not. I'm gonna keep doing research in the meantime. He's like, just make sure you research knowledge. Motherfucker, I am.
Well, he's trying to get you away from the money thing, because that's what kills the whole case. That's why he talked to the prosecutor and they were trying to get us the fuck out of there, because they didn't want you to read that paper on the record.
Okay, I'll read it too.
But either way, the issue still stands.
And he said it. He's like, this is a bullshit fucking case. This charges is bullshit. I'm like, I know. They trumped the fucking charges.
Yeah, but this is what you gotta know. The attorney's gonna say anything to sound like he's in your favor.
But I know he's not, so that's why I don't give a fuck. That's why he was like, let's go in the conference room, and he was like, oh, first he was trying to say like, well, where are you getting this from? They don't need to have this, they don't need to have. Then I started pulling out the shit from the Constitution, from the Bill of Rights, all that shit. I started pulling out and reading each fucking subsection and section for that nigga. And I was like, so do you understand what I'm saying? He's like, no, I understand what you're saying, but why would you want to piss the judge off? I don't give a fuck. It's called preliminaries for a fucking reason. It's the principle. And they need to follow the shit properly. Like, let's take it from the fucking top. That's period. They're trying to skip over all this shit and fuck me. Like, no one's even making sure my fucking due process is not being violated. My right to due process is not being violated. So why am I going to sit there and even try to, you know, I'm not going to have a pissing match contest with them. But I'm not going to play their game either.
Yeah.
So don't think you're gonna get someone who's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay the $1,500 and that's that. Like, no. And then you know what he said? He was like, if you would have got an offer to take $1,500 and they'll dismiss the case right then, to pay the $1,500 and they'll dismiss the case right then and there. He's like, if they would have said that, he's like, as your attorney, I would have told you to take the deal. And I was like, and still I wouldn't have took the deal. He's like, why? You would just have to pay for us to go to trial, so you would still be giving notes out. So, and I want to get paid. So,
yes.
You know.
That's all they want is to get paid.
Uh-huh.
All they want is to get paid and then maintain the feel that they're legitimate.
Yeah, the image that exactly. He's like, I know for a fact. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't see no paperwork.
He was like, trust me, I did this for 20 years, but he was petrified as soon as you gave him that paperwork.
Oh yeah, he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm challenging all this shit. Now either you can fucking go through with it as the attorney, or I can just fire you and just do it myself.
I mean,
so
it would get done faster if you did that. That's what I was telling you to do.
He's like, well, I talked to the prosecutor. She said October 2nd. Yeah. He's like, because pretty much she got to go to her boss, who's the one who signed for it. I'm like, yeah, you know, I already know. He's like, well, you know how it goes with the whole law thing. So yeah, October 2nd, you know, you could be here if you want to. You know, I'm gonna be there.
It's because they wasn't ready.
Not my fault.
They wasn't. No, I'm telling you, they wasn't ready for the wrench that we just threw at them.
Oh yeah, no, that threw a whole monkey in it. That just fucked their whole shit up. They're like, oh hell no, not today.
You should have seen the judge before you came in. He was fucking.
Oh no, the judge was fucking. Oh, he was livid. Like you could tell he had his panties. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They fucked up his coffee
So-called
at Starbucks.
Judge.
Yeah, the administrative clerk and magistrate. Anyhow, they fucked up his coffee at Starbucks. He woke up on the wrong side of the fucking bed. He, you know, just the whole shebang. Apparently, his day was fucked up, and he wasn't dealing with no one's shit. Cause what did he say? He goes, I'm trying to keep. Pretty much, he's trying to keep the momentum going. Yeah. Like, what did he say? Continuum or some shit like that. Like, pretty much he has to go on because he got all these other cases and shit. Mm-hmm. And it's not our that you want to prosecute people that their first language is not English.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
There
like,
was a Vietnamese lady in there, and he was yelling at the translator.
Yeah. Like, are you repeating to her everything that the prosecutor's saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could even tell the bitch was,
Yeah.
and I'm behind her.
So what they do is they try to put fear into people, like, you need to do blah 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 blah, and then people get all afraid because they don't know, what's up.
Yes sir, fuck.
But
your honor, no, fuck that. You're not your honor, sir.
Oh.
Sir.
So you notice, like, every time they get people up there, they say, "Oh, do you understand this?
Yeah,
do you
I don't understand
that?"
the
No, hold on. No, for the people, like the other people that went up there, they're like, "Do you know that you're waiving your right to trial by jury? You're waiving your right to make sure that the state proves beyond a reasonable doubt that you're guilty." So they're pretty much saying, I'm waiving all my rights to due process, and you can just do whatever the fuck you want with me. And that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
people are saying that, so they're waiving their rights. So when people say, like, the Europeans are criminals or the court system's corrupt, no, motherfuckers are waiving their rights.
Yeah. And then this is the thing, when they say, do you understand the claims and proceedings, like, put against you, like, in front of you, and you say yes, you're automatically giving up everything, and they're just finna rape your ass, period. Like, you just fucked up by saying that. You don't understand. You never understand. You object and you argue every fucking time.
You know what's fucked up? They don't even allow cameras in that bitch.
No, or recordings, because obviously the people would know the games that they're playing.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's the thing. That's why, even in Superior, nope, you can't have no phones. They make you lock the phone up.
Superior Court.
Yeah, they
They make you turn your phones off.
Yeah, they make you turn your phone off. Some places I've been to a court in Providence where they make you lock your phone and everything up in the fucking locker.
Yeah. Because they don't want you to know that Moors are standing on their square, shutting these judges down, getting the whole legal system shook up. They don't want you to know that.
He's like, he was running today, that attorney. He was surprised. I don't know how many times he pulled me in the conference room. Probably like 4. And that's not even me exaggerating. That's just... Look, it was like every time I said something, he went back to the prosecutor, then came back to me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what that bitch says, okay? And yes, I'm calling her cunt, because for anyone to have that job and think that that's right, that they're helping people, they're fucking not. It's bullshit. They're assholes, and they know it's bullshit. Okay, how the fuck do you have 2 judges agree that both the charges are not felonies and should be dropped to misdemeanors? How do you get 2 judges to agree on that? And then you got the bitch-ass prosecutor still trying to charge me? How?
How, Sway?
Sway.
Call Sway in the morning.
You ain't got the answer, Sway. Like, no, fuck that. And that's the thing. As long as we continue to say we are oppressed, the justice system is fucked up, that's the energy that we're putting towards it. That's the results we're gonna get. Until we say no, we just need to understand the preliminaries and how things work, so that we actually have knowledge on how to go about it and fend for ourselves in these systems. We are going to continue to be in that oppressed mind state. So until people understand that you need to argue, you need to fight, you need to stand your square and be that strong, powerful leader that we all are, you're going to keep getting fucked, and you're going to keep saying that the system's rigged and all that shit. Well, I'm not saying it's not, but if you keep having the mentality that you're a slave and that you're oppressed, that's going to be your reality. So until you're ready to really be free, your reality is going to be an oppressed slave. Period. So either you can get with the movement.
Let me get my shit back.
Or not. Oh yeah, and then this is the 2 things that he pulled out. I was like, so now you agreed with me. He's like, right here, because it doesn't exceed $1,500. I know it doesn't exceed $1,500.
Yeah, but the issue is it's not money anyway.
Either. Yeah, and I kept telling him that. He's like, well, you're not gonna win that part, but we could get it dropped.
Yeah, because they just want your energy.
It's not more than $1,500.
You see the game?
Yeah.
They're not openly admitting that it's not money, but they're gonna be like, because of this, blah 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 blah. The legalese.
He's like, well, we're gonna, we'll get it dismissed because it's not more than $1,500. No, you're getting the shit dismissed because you guys know it's not fucking.
Yeah, because they know that they're caught.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, fuck Lisette. He's like, you were one of my favorite clients, and now you just... he's like, no.
You were one of his favorites because you didn't have the information that I gave you, and you knew that you knew something, but you needed that extra kick that I gave you, and now he's all pissed.
Yeah. He's like, well, you're doing your research, and he's like, no, you're really taking the law for what it is. He's like, but I agree with you about 75%.
It is what it is.
You didn't hear me?
Yeah.
I was like, don't argue me.
Yeah.
Argue the law. I didn't write it. It was written that way for a specific reason to make sure that the people, the officials are not fucking the people, us, over. So, like, don't argue me, Mike. Argue the law. I'm just going by what's written and stated in these law books. Hey, you've been doing this for 20 years. I just started studying this shit.
And she's throwing a wrench in their system.
Like, just started this, so I got attorneys been in here 20 years. I'm coming. Just started studying shit for a couple of months, and he's like, oh, whoa, running around the courthouse crazy. He's like, let me bring you to the law library. Oh, I walked in there like, yes, I love the smell of hair. Like books, yes, knowledge. Let's go. Pull up them charges because you know it's bullshit. Oh, you found exactly what I was talking about. Oh, they can't charge me. Oh, so now you understand what the fuck I was saying. But it took me to put in a fucking affidavit for you to get that, right? Oh, okay.
Because who do the attorneys work for?
Their obligation is to the courts, and that's who it's always
So
to.
they make it seem like, oh yeah, you know, I agree with you on this. I agree with you 75% on this, but 25%, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
because they work for the court.
Cause it's for the money. Like, no, fuck you. I ain't paying shit. Cause I ain't steal shit. Cause there was no money to steal. What silver and gold was there for me to steal? Please tell me. Please tell me, cause there wasn't none. So, and then the shit's not back. So let me not even go there with notes that aren't backed.
But remember, what was the issue that I kept telling you to stand on? There was no what?
What?
There was no signed what?
Affidavit.
From who?
From the accusers.
What was their names?
Michael and Phyllis Randolph.
So there was no signed affidavit.
Oh, I kept bringing that up. You know what the attorney said?
What?
Oh, there doesn't need to be a signed affidavit because it's the prosecutor who's putting these claims against you.
Yeah.
Oh, well then if it's the prosecutor, where's her contract with Michael? Oh, I kept saying it. I kept repeating it until I was blue in the face.
All right,
like,
so if there's no signed affidavit
yeah.
of a person bringing charges against you, then there's no reason for the court to summons you. You know what I'm saying? So if there's no signed allegations that link to a person, a human being, saying that you did this, then there's no case. So her attorney was like, well, the prosecutors representing the state. So if there's if the prosecutor's representing the injured party, then there has to be a contract between the prosecutor and those people saying that she is going to represent them.
And
so that's what she's asking for, the facts, the proof that she's in fact representing them, because the case says state versus so-and-so. So if there's an issue between the state and you, then there needs to be a contract between you and the state that you supposedly have violated.
And that's what I told him. I said, where's the contract with me and the state that I have violated our contract? Because I don't have a contract.
Don't exist.
It doesn't exist. And that's what I told him.
That's why they're trying to like, oh, if it goes to district court, blah 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 blah. They're trying to keep it off the record that you're defending yourself, and they're trying to make it seem like they issued it in their favor. You get what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, we could drop it to a misdemeanor and blah blah blah. They're trying to make it seem like they were doing their job. Yeah,
but I told him, I said, you could have dropped to a misdemeanor and we go to fucking district court and they want to charge me. That's double jeopardy. So if they want to take it there, we can take it there too.
They got boxed in.
And when I said the double jeopardy thing, he looked at me like, he's like, well, and then this was his exact words. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Oh, I know we will. And I'll be ready with more research for you too, so you can look that up in the law library when I'm there again with you.
Well, all they're trying to do is trying to keep this shit going for as long as possible, to drain energy, to drain finance. And
it's been longer than 237 days to be exact. That's just.
I wasn't involved in the 237 days. I just now got involved.
Yeah,
and
but no, that was only documented from when they put the charges in against me. So
claims.
It's been
the claims.
Yeah, the alleged claims. So
because it can't be a claim if there's no
that.
signed person, like someone didn't sign it saying I'm bringing these charges against you.
It's a year and a half, so I'm actually looking at a good 500, almost 600 days worth with this case being open. So yeah. Go figure.
Your boy's helping out and it's about to get closed.